This is a general maintenance video for a shocker sport. This is basically any shocker between the years of 1998 and 2002. This particular model is a 2000, you can tell by the body. General maintenance is pretty easy on these guns, doesn't have to be done very often, but you'll have to do it eventually, so this is a video for it. In brief, what you're going to be doing is cleaning the outside of the bolt, which is located in the body here, and the fire piston, which is located in the body here. There's also a poppet in the back. You can do that if you want, but it's not part of this video. The only other part is the regulator, which is normally here, but that's also a different video, so I'm not going to go into that. Anyways, first step is to remove the bolt from the back of the body, and that's simply done by gripping it and unscrewing. Once the threads disengage, slide right out. The bolt tip, silver part, moves back and forth like that. It has these two moving O-rings. So you're going to want to clean all of this off with a napkin or paper towel, lint-free cloth, anything you have. And pay attention to the bolt tip. As you can see, that's pretty dirty. It's because it's been used a lot. Set this aside. Now the body has this bore going down the middle where the bolt goes. You should take a squeegee and run that through there just to make sure that there's no large pieces of debris or dirt inside. But besides for that, there's nothing else to do here. I'm going to re-grease these O-rings that I cleaned off, which is 3 on the housing and then 2 on the bolt tip itself. Now if you have a Delrin bolt tip from New Designs, then probably won't have O-rings on it. If that's the case, then don't bother greasing O-rings because they won't be there. Now these 3 O-rings here are stationary, they don't move, so you can really slop grease on there as much as you want, that won't matter. These ones you won't want to put too much on, but again, it's kind of hard to over grease it, so just grease them liberally and you'll be okay. Set this aside. Next step is the firing piston, which is in the front right here. This is accessed using a 3/16" Allen wrench if it's a newer body, or if it's an older body, then a flathead screwdriver. This is a newer body, so I'm using the Allen wrench. Once the threads disengage, firing piston will pop right out. The piston housing has 4 O-rings on the outside, and the piston itself is located right here. It's this blue piece. Yours probably won't be blue, but it's the same thing. It'll be silver instead. You can pull that out. It has 2 O-rings, one on the front, one on the back. Clean them off. Replace them if you need to. This is good. Now, this piece has O-rings on the outside, but since they're stationary, you won't have to maintain them very often. So as long as they have a little bit of grease, that's okay. You don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to take a small amount of grease, grease up the 2 O-rings located on the piston itself. There's one on the back, one on the front. That's it. Take it, slide it back into the housing, push it down, and that's all. Inside the body where it goes, there's a fill poppet rod. Make sure you have that installed correctly in the body before you install this. I'm just going to slide that back in, tighten it down. Install the bolt, screw it down, and that's basically it for regular maintenance. Now again, there's a poppet in the back of the body right here, but you don't have to worry about that for regular maintenance. It doesn't really have any moving O-rings inside it, and that's the main thing you have to take care of. So at this point, you're basically done. You can continue on to the regulator if you want. Otherwise, that's all.